Moving on to the next one. A new documentary has been circulating around the world due to its controversial content. We'll see our journalist notes on the subject after the commercials are over.
Yeah, I think it is an eccentric work. It shows the reality of the current selknam society and the decadence of the human beings.
They accuse us of being racist. I don't think I am. It's not my fault. They are savages without internet. Bless Jesus.
I don't understand why it's become so media-family. For me, it's one of the best work for my life.
A greatest masterpiece, and those who don't know, well, I'm very high. Recording this was weird.
We are here, walking down the avenue, where it is believed that the great selknam was what? Oh my God, what is that?
Faced with this outrage, a student from the Noticiero High School had taken the initiative to create their own documentary about the selknam and their culture.
What was your inspiration to create this documentary?
Well, mainly we were very annoyed by the documentary that has been circulating lately, and we wanted to show that his story was not like that.
And how did they carry out?
Well, we mainly studied their history in library, books, and we also spoke with several people from the community. In fact, at the end of our short documentary, there's an interview with Manuel, who is a descendant of the selknam.
Okay. Finally question. Why do it in English?
Because we're not savages, we're not idiots, and we can be just as much as they are.
Also called the Ona, which means men of the north. In the language of their neighbors, the Amana, were an indigenous people who inhabited the main island of Tierra del Fuego, at the southern tip of Chile and Argentina. Their territory was vast and varied, stretching from the northern plains to the mountainous southern regions, with landscapes dominated by strong winds, glacial rivers, and a harsh nature that shaped their way of life. They were divided into two main groups: those who lived in the northern plains, skilled hunters of cururos and rias, and those who inhabited the mountainous southern region, where hunting was more challenging and families had to adapt to a harsher climate. In the far southeast of the island lived the Hosh, another indigenous group with many similar traditions, highlighting a rich cultural network among the original inhabitants of Tierra del Fuego. The selknam were nomadic, and their existence revolved around hunting, gathering, and fishing. Guanacos were their main source of food, while wild fruits, roots, and berries complemented their diet. They also gathered shellfish and mollusks along the coast. Constant mobility allowed them to make use of seasonal resources, and they organized themselves into family groups called aska, each with its own territory known as Haruan. Cooperation among group members was essential for survival in such a demanding environment. Their clothing was designed to withstand strong winds and extreme cold. They wore capes, ponchos, and footwear made from guanaco, fox, or cururo skins, carefully prepared to retain heat and protect against moisture. They also used body paint for ceremonies and rituals, with colors and symbols representing spirits, natural forces, and the connection with their ancestors. The selknam had a profound spiritual relationship with nature. They believed that all living beings were reincarnations of mythical ancestors and that the world was full of ancient spirits guiding daily life. Every hunt, gathering trip, or journey was accompanied by rituals and respect for the land, maintaining a balance between humans and their environment. The most important ceremony for the selknam was the hain, an initiation rite for young men marking their passage into adulthood. During the hain, young men were painted with sacred colors and symbols, while adults portrayed spirits that taught respect, strength, and essential knowledge for community life. It was said that this ceremony recalled a mythical time when women held power, and men regained it through the hain rituals, reinforcing the social and spiritual order of the group. With the arrival of European settlers in the 19th century, the selknam way of life changed dramatically. The expansion of sheep ranches, the gold rush, and the introduction of foreign diseases destroyed much of their lifestyle. Many selknam were killed in direct conflicts, while others died from previously unknown illnesses. By the early 20th century, their population had drastically declined, and for a long time, they were thought to have completely disappeared. However, descendants of the selknam still live today in Chile and Argentina, working to recover their language, traditions, and cultural identity. The selknam language, also called Ona, was nearly lost, but thanks to old records, missionaries' notes, researchers, and the efforts of descendants, some words, songs, and stories are being taught again, revitalizing the memory of a nearly extinct people. The selknam are not just a chapter in Tierra del Fuego's history. Their legacy is a reminder of cultural and spiritual resilience in the face of adversity. Their knowledge of the land, animals, and survival in extreme conditions is a testament to their ingenuity and endurance. Today, their memory lives on in the land, the wind, their ceremonies, and the voices of those who have not forgotten them, preserving the rich cultural heritage of the first inhabitants of the end of the world.
Nos encontramos aquí con Don Sergio, quien nos hablará de su primera mano un poco de su cultura, tradiciones y su idioma. Sergio, ¿podrías contarnos un poco sobre quiénes son los selknam?
Claro, los selknam somos un pueblo originario de Tierra del Fuego, el fin del mundo, donde nuestros antepasados vivieron aquí por miles de años cazando, recolectando y cuidando de la tierra. Durante mucho tiempo se dijo que habíamos desaparecido, pero seguimos vivos con orgullo y memoria.
¿Cómo era su forma de vida?
Bueno, nuestros abuelos eran nómadas, cazaban guanacos, recolectaban frutos y mariscos y se movían por diferentes territorios llamados aruwench. Vivían en familias grandes llamadas asca y creían que todo en la naturaleza tenía espíritu y que nuestros antepasados seguían presentes en cada lugar.
¿Y cómo es la situación de su pueblo selknam hoy?
Hoy estamos en un proceso de reconstrucción. Después de muchos años de silencio, el Estado chileno nos reconoció oficialmente como pueblo indígena. Ahora trabajamos en revivir nuestra cultura, nuestras ceremonias y sobre todo nuestro idioma.
Cuéntanos sobre el idioma. ¿Qué pasó con la lengua selknam?
Bueno, nuestra lengua casi desapareció. Cuando llegaron los colonos, muchos murieron y los niños dejaron de aprenderla, pero no se perdió del todo. Gracias a los registros antiguos, hoy podemos recordar palabras y frases que nuestros ancestros usaban. Bueno, por ejemplo, también nosotros decimos camisen, que es para saludar, que significa hola o buenos días. También decimos choón, que quiere decir cielo. Y una frase muy linda es chalía, que significa gracias. Cuando pronunciamos esas palabras sentimos que el idioma vuelve a respirar.
¿Hay más palabras que usen o enseñan en los talleres?
Sí, algunas más, por ejemplo, Hain es el nombre de nuestra gran ceremonia de iniciación. Kenos es el nombre de un ser mítico, uno de los primeros en habitar la tierra. Choonta, Oin o Hoin significa el cielo está mirando una forma poética de decir que los espíritus nos acompañan. Son palabras antiguas pero muy poderosas. Cada vez que las decimos, los ancestros vuelven a estar con nosotros.
¿Qué significa para ti recuperar el idioma?
Recuperar el idioma es volver a existir. Cada palabra nos recuerda quiénes somos. El idioma guarda nuestra forma de pensar, de sentir y de mirar el mundo. Mientras sigamos diciendo camisen, chalía y los nombres de nuestros espíritus, los selknam seguirán vivos.